Components of the Writing Assessment Rubric.
The Writing Assessment Rubric is a set of scoring guidelines for evaluating students' performance. It provides for increased consistency in the rating of performances, products, and understanding. Additionally, it gives students an established set of expectations about what will be assessed, as well as the standards that need to be met. The rubric contains the criteria to be assessed, the descriptors for each criteria, and the scoring scale. Since a communicative approach to language teaching is taken at Idiomas EAFIT, the concept of communicative competence is crucial to the assessment of written language. For this matter, the aspects included in our rubric comprise linguistic competence, vocabulary, language mechanics, structure, as well as strategic, discourse, and sociolinguistic competence, communicative effectiveness.
An important component of the writing assessment is task completion, which looks at the student's ability to carry out a specific task successfully and completely. For students to be able to complete a task successfully, the teacher needs to provide them with steps and clear instructions that tell students what they have to do and how they have to carry out the task. Explicitly specifying the steps and instructions reduces the task complexity by structuring it into manageable parts and thus increasing the chance of successful task completion. Stating the steps to develop a task facilitates its assessment. In order to have enough valid evidence of the student's written performance, accomplishment of the following three descriptors is a must. The discourse mode, the pattern of exposition, the length, at least 80% of the requirement. The compliance of these three descriptors is a prerequisite for the teacher to be able to correct and score the task. Teachers must be sure that all students understand the prompt completely in order to avoid misunderstandings. It is recommended to write the instructions on the board or small pieces of paper to be given to the students. This way, the teacher can easily identify what details and information the students missed and thus score their written performance with more objectivity. Regarding a follow-up task, when the teacher notices the student did not follow the instructions given, the teacher has to ask the student to submit the writing again. This second chance does not apply for the writing section either in the midterm or final exams. As the student didn't follow the instructions given, the grade has to be 0. Keep in mind that special cases regarding inappropriate or low students' written performance due to misplacement or other situations must be analysed with the coordinators to make decisions.
Let's define each of the three descriptors. The discourse mode refers to the expected form and communicative function of the written product, such as a paragraph, a poem, an essay, etc. The pattern of exposition refers to the specific instructions to the students, for example, describing people, making comparisons, drawing conclusions, contrasting, etc. The length, at least 80% of the requirement, refers to the fulfillment of at least 80% of the total number of specific requirements given in the instruction. The definition of the construct for the children, adolescent, and cislenguas English programs at Idiomas EAFIT includes the specification of writing standards and the following criteria of language, knowledge, and ability.
Coherence and cohesion.
The coherence and cohesion criterion addresses the logical development or organization of the text that enables the reader to follow a thread through the development of the written piece. Cohesion measures the student's ability to link ideas by using cohesive devices such as connectors. Such devices permit logical sequencing, establish timeframes for actions and events, and create structure of meaning by establishing main and supporting language units.
Language mechanics.
The language mechanics criterion includes comprehending and applying the rules that govern spelling, spacing, punctuation, and capitalization when writing and editing written works.
Vocabulary.
Extent to which the student uses vocabulary accurately, reflecting sufficient variety and appropriateness for the level and the context. Students should be able to incorporate vocabulary from previous levels. Features to keep in mind: word choice, and specific terminology.
Structure.
Structure has to do with a systematic statement of the rules governing the grammatical arrangement of words and morphemes in a language.
Scoring scale. This scale to assess students' performance varies from 1 to 5, 5 being the highest score. In order to specify what those numbers mean, each descriptor is given in terms of frequency adverbs. Most of the time, usually, often, occasionally, and rarely. It is also illustrated through a frequency percentage range. By referring to the percentages, we guarantee accuracy and objectivity in the assessment. Superior, 100% to 90%. Alto, 89% to 76%. Básico, 75% to 60%. Bajo, 59% to 21%. Muy bajo, 20% to 1%. In summary, the scoring scale goes from 1 to 5. Each descriptor in each criterion is graded with a whole number. Percentages are not used to grade. They are a reference of possibly observed frequencies that help the teacher decide what grade, 1 to 5, corresponds to the student's performance.